Welcome to High Point Virtual Academy. My name is Karen Young and I am the K through 5 principal. I wanted to take a few moments to welcome you to the 2018-19 school year, as well as just share a few things that will help you be more successful this school year. First of all, I'd like to really share with you kind of our vision for this school year. And this is what I presented to students on our Monday morning meeting. Our very first one is, Dear students, I believe in you. I am here for you. You are capable of great things. You are respected. You are listened to. You are unique. I care about you. Your success is my success. We are in this together. You are the reason why I'm here. This is really how all of the teachers at High Point feel, as well as myself. We're here to build every student up, as well as you as the learning coach and parents. We are here to support you and to provide whatever help you might need. If you notice, I have my Stitch shirt on today, and I shared with the kids I wore this because Stitch is very unique. And we really want to celebrate this school year that each of our students are unique. Every family is unique, and we should be allowed to share that uniqueness that we have, to really bring that to school with us each and every day. That is our personalities, our characteristics. That is what makes us who we are. And so we celebrate that here at High Point. And in our young ages here, we really want to encourage students to be who they are and to bring that to class every day and not to worry about the bullying or other things that could happen. So we're really here to partner with you to help this year be extremely successful. Our elementary school does have a mission statement for the elementary school. It's all students belong, learn, and lead every day to achieve success by opening the door to endless possibilities. We kind of have a motto this year. It's Mission Possible. Together we make it possible. So that's together with you as the parent or the learning coach, the teachers here, myself, the administrators. We all have to work together to support every single student. So what I'm going to ask of you is that if you start to feel frustrated or have any questions, please, rather than sit and think about it and get more and more concerned about it, please reach out to your teacher or to myself. We are here to help you, and a lot of times we may have already dealt with a family that's had a very similar issue, and so we can really suggest a lot of ideas to you that will help forego a lot of anxiety or nerves that you might have. So please don't hesitate to reach out and ask those questions, even if it's as simple as helping set up your classroom in your house. How can we make it more effective for your individual child? And we can really provide you a lot of ideas. There have been some changes this year with attendance from the state of Michigan. So we always monitor attendance very, very closely, but we'll be doing more so this year than even before. So the school day for K through 5, which is different than middle school and high school, is from 8 in the morning till 3:30. We need students to be doing 7 hours a day of school per the state of Michigan. Now, pupil attendance or student attendance can actually occur in a variety of different ways. It's time that they're logged in for their Class Connect. That counts as attendance. Time that they're logged into a lesson and working online in that lesson, that is counted as attendance. Time that they're outside working on their physical, their PE. You know, maybe they're running outside, you're having them do riding their bike as their PE exercise that day, that counts as attendance. They're doing deer time, drop everything and read, that counts as attendance. So with each of those little things that they're doing throughout their school day, all of those pieces count for attendance, and we ask that you go in every single day and record that information. Sending out a letter as well that hopefully you've already received that gives you some highlights on how to mark attendance in the online school. Also, you have a chance to attend our orientations prior to the start of school. That gives a lot of helpful information, and all of us can answer questions if you have at any time. We understand that sometimes there's extended family travel or extended illnesses that prevent a child from going to school. You need to report those immediately to a teacher. If a sickness lasts for a long time, we may ask for documentation from a doctor so that we can help make those excused absences, as well as extended vacations. We ask that you let us know that prior so that we can make sure to notify and get approval for those extended vacations so that we're aware of that. Please be very careful about planning your vacations or time away during state testing. That happens in April and May. Contact your teacher immediately so that they can tell you when those testing dates are, and then we can really work with you to make sure that we can still get your child to state testing, as that is one of our requirements. Make sure that you're in those courses and your students are working. If we notice that attendance and progress isn't matching, we will reach out to you and ask what's going on. If we notice that you haven't logged in or your student hasn't logged in for quite a few days or even a day or two, we will reach out immediately just to make sure that we're keeping this connection open and that we can support you with whatever needs you might have. Again, there might be a frustration, there might be an internet issue, your child is having difficulty completing an assignment, completing it too fast, whatever it might be, please reach out to us. To go over our student expectations, we're going to be doing SOAR this year, and those of you who were with us last year heard about it. We're starting it right from the start of school this year, so really pushing students to be responsible in their Class Connect sessions, and these are those live sessions they attend with the teacher and with other students. We're asking that they use self-control, that they use the chat box only at appropriate times, and that there's no private messaging of other students during instructional time. The teachers will open up specific time where students can feel free to chat with each other about places that they've gone, how their summers have been, but during that instructional time, we're really keeping that special and focused just on what the teacher is working on. We're asking that all students stay on task and stay focused. Sometimes our students really like to put in the chat box information that's really off topic during instructional time, and that really takes the teacher a lot of instructional time to bring the class back and focused on the content that's being taught. So again, the teacher's going to set up special times so that students can socialize, get to know each other, share the things. We want to know all about the kids. We want to know everything that they're doing, and we're excited to learn those things. It's just like in a brick and mortar classroom. The teacher will set up specific times for students to be able to share that information. We're asking that they think about their attitude, that they're positive, thoughtful, and encouraging with their words. Again, we want this to be a bully-free zone, and that really starts with how they're responding to others in the chat session. And to be patient with other classmates, use kind words and think before they respond. Sometimes classmates will repeatedly put the same answer in the chat box, and for another student that could be extremely frustrating to watch. The teacher will give you clues on how to close a chat box for a little bit to help your child while the teacher's working with the other child to make sure that they're staying on task. But we have to remember, just like Stitch, we all bring our unique characteristics to school, and so we have to allow the teacher to work with students to help throughout this whole process. And so that's the reason for implementing SOAR, is to really help all students be able to participate in class and have a really positive experience. So kind of how is it going to work with SOAR when someone is not following it? First, we're really going to provide students reminders. We know that it's very easy to get off task at times, so we'll provide reminders, but as a student is starting to progress in the amount of times that they're off task, we'll have a classroom Padlet, which is just an online whiteboard that the student will have to go to and provide 2 words of encouragement. Next, we're going to contact you, the learning coach or parent. The teacher will contact and kind of work and come up with a plan on how we can better support the students. During our classroom time together, when they're on live, it's really helpful if you can sit next to them while they're doing it, especially with the younger students. They really need to have that help controlling the mouse and different things in the beginning, but also to be able to monitor the interaction that's going back and forth with other students in the classroom. The learning coach on the 4th time will be contacted by the teacher, and they will work on developing with you a plan, the teacher will, on how the student is going to respond to the student that they did something incorrectly to during a chat or during a live Class Connect session. So this might be writing a letter of apology, creating a PowerPoint or a short video that really expresses and makes the situation better with the other student. And then finally is a referral to me. And the student will come on a Monday or Tuesday between 11:30 and 12:30 and sit in a Class Connect with me. And what we're going to do is develop some goals on how the student is going to restore the classroom to a positive environment through their interactions during those live Class Connect sessions. And then we're going to set some goals on what goals the student has for learning so that we can really help them refocus and know that they come to class in order to learn. We're giving them time to socialize in specific situations, and so how we can help them really connect and be a positive friend in those sessions. We write first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, but it doesn't necessarily mean the fifth time it happens that this is exactly what's going to happen. The number of times will be unique to each student. And then finally, for extreme cases, you can refer to the handbook of what will happen in those extreme cases. In those cases, we don't always follow the process. You might go straight to coming to me. Class Connect. So how can my family help? So during Class Connect sessions, we actually had a student group last year where I had some student people, that doesn't really make sense, sorry. Some STAR students from each grade level came together and we met to go over how could we make the school better. And one of the concerns that the kids had was actually the background noise that occurs during some Class Connect sessions. And sometimes that noise is not always appropriate for the students in the room. We have to remember every family has different rules, different ways that they respond to things, and so how one family responds to something may not necessarily support how another family would react to a situation or the words that they would use. So we want to encourage families to put the computer in an area where during those Class Connect times it's going to be rather quiet in the background. We know some students need that noise and that activity to be able to participate. They need to be up walking around, and I told the kids I actually need to. I wear a wireless headset because I need to pace at times and just get up and move. I can't sit in a chair all day long. And that's completely fine and appropriate. We just ask that then if there's a lot of background noise, the student responds via the chat rather than getting on the mic. Although we want to hear the students participate on the mic all the time, if there's a lot of background noise going on that could be distracting to other students in the classroom, then we do ask that they respond in that chat feature. Each month we're going to have a new characteristic that we're going to focus on, and I just, through my Monday morning meeting times with the kids, these recordings that I send them that they'll watch in their homerooms, I provide them ways that they can help enhance those characteristics. So perseverance, grit, self-discipline, all of those different things that really help us achieve our goals that we have. And finally, we're going to work this year on really setting goals for students to help them look at their assessments that we know we have to take 3 times a year. And this is actually a requirement from the state that we give benchmarks in the fall, in the winter, and in the spring so that we can really monitor how students are growing academically. And through that growth, we help to specialize their individual academic plans so that we can make sure if they have gaps, in single-digit addition, we can help fill that gap. Or maybe a student needs to be pushed and they're very advanced. That information on the assessment is going to give us what we need to help you tailor that plan right for your child. So the assessments, we're asking that when we're doing iReady, or if a child is doing running records, so they're reading a text to their teacher and the teacher's taking notes, we're going to ask that you not provide any assistance at all. Now, as a mom myself, I have 3 girls. It is really hard to sit back and watch my children not get something. And a lot of times I'll be like, oh, just let me read the directions for you, or I'll read the sentence and then you just answer the questions. Really, that gives us a false understanding of what your child knows and can do. And this information is not a grade or anything. It's a benchmark that says, here's where we need to take your child. Here's where we need to target information. And if you're providing that assistance during testing, well, we know we all do it because we're innocently trying to help so that our child doesn't get frustrated. It actually provides us inaccurate data, and we're not going to be able to help you and your child the best that we could this year. So what we're asking you to do is that if your child is stuck on something and you see that they're starting to get frustrated, rather than read something to them, just say, you know what, it's okay, take your best guess and move on. I know some kids like to be perfect on everything. I have one child that is like that. And that's really hard to watch too, because they want to get every question correct. And so they will spend a lot of time working on something, get very frustrated when they know they're not getting it correct. Again, we try to encourage our kids to have a growth mindset that it's okay if you don't know it now. Over time, you're going to learn this information. How our benchmark assessments work that we give in the fall, winter, and spring is that they actually calibrate. So they get more difficult, and they get easier as students are answering questions. So if a child is answering a question correct, the next question is going to come a little bit harder. And they're going to keep coming a little bit harder until the student tops out at a question and gets it wrong. Then it'll go down a little bit, and if they get it right there, then it's going to know exactly what level the student is at. So it's meant that they're going to get some questions wrong. That is completely okay. We just want to encourage them to do their best and to try hard. Okay, so just to remind you, we welcome you to High Point. Karen Young, the principal, thank you so much for joining us this year. You'll be getting a calendar of events for the year so that you can kind of plan ahead and see all the exciting things that we're doing this year, and that you and your children can look forward to attending either virtually or in person. If you have any questions, again, please don't stress and get concerned. Reach out to us first. If we don't have the answer, we will find it for you. I'm very big on, I will tell you if I don't know the answer right away, but I will search and I will find it for you, okay? So again, welcome. I can't wait to start the school year off, and enjoy your first week.